I made a shocking discovery today when I was hanging out over at MEUK's Discord server.
Are we gonna keep on fighting? Are we gonna keep on dividing? Are we gonna keep on fighting? Are we gonna keep on dividing? Well, are we gonna keep on fighting? Are we gonna keep on dividing? Are we gonna keep on fighting? Are we gonna keep on dividing? Well, did you hear what I said? It's all about
the auto lights and everything from Jesse Kozlowski.
So there's 3 hairs.
Yeah, you can see 3 of them on that.
Yeah, you can see them good.
I think, well, I'll try and get them better, but it's a bit hard when I've got the thing on.
Sorry to interrupt you, Clary. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking Chike, is that where he learned most of what he knows?
No, not even.
So what do you think about differential leveling, Chike?
Differential leveling is not a straight line.
It's what? Not what?
So your line of sight is curved?
Well, because...
No, your line of sight is not curved. But if you want to make differential straight line, that would be a problem.
That's how it's called, differential leveling. That's how you measure elevation.
Leveling, not differential straight.
Right, you're not familiar with differential leveling.
Yeah, I agree with leveling. I have no problem.
Because leveling is a curved, right, Chike? Because every time they move, right? Yeah.
100%.
Did Jesse say that?
Jesse, the main surveyor, every surveyor basically.
You know, they say it's a tilt, right?
Yeah, it's a tilt.
Yeah, not a curve.
Why would you get a curve, a tilt, if you're not on a curve?
So you get a tilt, which is a straight line, but you're saying you're not a straight line.
Yeah, but if you move gradually, let's say meter by meter, every tilt will finally add to a curve.
Not if you check your back sight, your 2 back sights.
Yeah, that's the thing, Chike. What if you have, like, if you check your back 2 measurements and they line up with your current position, would that not prove it's not a tilt? Or how does that work in your mind?
If you check 2, yes.
Okay, so then that would suggest it's not a tilt. It's a straight path.
Yes.
Because that's what they're doing, right?
I don't know, ask them.
Well, kind of saying.
See, it's a little tough for us because we have to undo what Jesse and the main surveyor have done with all this confusion about the tilt and leveling, reciprocal leveling, and implying there's curvature measured. So much is wrong about what you've probably been told.
Do tell, please. What's wrong?
Well, Dad usually takes over on this, but he might be a little busy.
I'm just taking some pictures. Well, what do you reckon of these? These are 2 more that I've got.
But where do I look?
What do you think of these pictures, Chike?
He can't see the live stream. He's not.
He can't.
He's not
see
privileged enough.
Where can he see? Can he see any of the chat?
Debate discussion. He can see if.
Yeah, I'll post it for you in debate discussion, Chike.
They're quite good. Them ones, I think that's It should be quite easy for my lad to.
I find it amazing that humans.
What? did it to me again. What the fuck's going on with this shit?
We can land something on the moon, but we can't make a straight line. That's kind of crazy. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You can draw a straight line between any 2
Can't
points.
do straight lines. We can't. It's like not within 20. It's 2020.
No. Not within 0.11, you know, not within that 0.00. Even though I'm
Are you
sure
talking about
that
a
there's a
non-zero
level
error?
of yeah, the non-zero error.
Non-zero error. Yeah. Definitely not possible.
Oh, here, Chike.
Hey,
Here's a
Emma.
picture.
Emma, can you unmute yourself so I can talk over you?
What do you think of that, Chike? That'll be a better view than last time, the last video that you seen, eh? Will you be happy with that view in the video?
What do I see exactly?
Pardon me, Chike?
What do I see there?
What do you see there? Can you see the picture?
Yes.
Okay, that's a view through the scope of the auto level. Can you see those crosshairs? That's what it looks like.
I don't see crosshair. No.
You can't see them, they're very thin.
Yeah.
It's because it's precise, right? Like, how do you measure
Okay,
down
suppose
to...
I can. What distance is it?
Well, it's just
It's
in
a
Bev's
test.
house right now. It's
Yeah, I want to see
No.
to see the millimeters over
Chike.
over
No,
100
Chike.
meters.
Chike, listen. Remember, even when you first came in here, I told you Bev was getting a bracket for his phone to be able to look through and show what he's looking at through the auto level. That's the new bracket on the auto level. He's just looking at whatever. It doesn't matter. Just to show how clear it's going to be and how you'll be able to see the crosshair lines and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all.
Check the video out.
You know, to make the video better quality this weekend coming up.
See that?
Oh, there you go. Can you see that, Chike? Oh, it's not showing. It's not. You're too far over right now, Bev.
Yeah.
Go to your right. Move to your right. There, now go in close.
I don't think I can. I think it brings the
Go up.
bring the light. You can see the hairs on it there, though, can't you? Because we're looking at a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Can you
that's the gadget and the gizmo all strapped onto the auto level now. So that's what we'll be able to see when we look through it, and we'll be able to get that picture. My lad will just be able to look at that now through his camera.
What do you think about that, Chike? Will it make it better for you?
No, I don't have a problem with the crosshair.
Pardon me?
Problem is not the crosshair.
What's the problem?
It's the method. How you going to measure a slope or
The method.
What's wrong with the method? Yeah, what's wrong with the method, Chike?
I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
We definitely know
And you
what
don't
it is. I know what
So
the
you-
method is. I know how to use an auto level.
You don't know what
No,
the method
well-
is, Chike, but you know there's a problem with it? That's kinda doesn't make a bunch of sense, does it? I don't know what the method is. I just know
Non-zero
you claim-
error. That's a
No, you
non-zero
claim-
error right there.
You claim they didn't observe any drop
They didn't.
last time.
They didn't.
That's what you said. I
Yeah.
asked how did they measure? What was the procedure to measure the drop?
Yeah.
Alright.
And it's with the auto level.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why I said you should come over here and talk to Bev, so he can explain it better.
That's why I'm here.
Okay.
So cool. I'll let Bev take it away.
Sweet. So you your problems with the method.
Yes, you had the water level. Yes,
On the last one, yes, we did.
the last one.
Yes.
Yes.
And what we were doing with that, we were just showing that when you use a water level, there's no drop.
When you use a water level, there is no drop.
Yeah,
So
we were
how
just
did you
using that.
measure the drop?
Pardon?
How did you measure the drop?
There's no drop. It's horizontal.
He didn't measure any. That's
Yeah.
the point.
I suppose that's what you've got a problem with, right? The fact that we didn't find any drop.
With how do you measure? What is the procedure?
Is
How do you do it?
Is Chike able to post a picture in that debate discussion?
I think he should be able to, yeah.
So Chike,
Yeah,
why don't you show him the picture you showed me and tell him the problem that you think you have with it?
Explain the problem. You have a water level.
Yeah.
But why don't
Now
you show
you
the
have to
picture?
establish.
Yeah, let's have a look at your picture.
Let me go scalper.
Okay.
No, I don't remember I have a picture. You have a water level. Now, to see if there is a drop or not, you need to establish the height of the cross above the water level. And to see what you observe on the other side. How much is it above or below the water?
What, the water level, or?
You have the water level. We know that's level. That's absolutely level. Now you need to establish how high your cross is above the water level.
Like, this is where we're getting. So the water level, you're saying that is level, right? That's a guaranteed level.
Mm-hmm.
So when we put the auto level in the middle, yeah, of the water level,
Aligned, the cross is the same height as the water level.
yeah, and we look forwards and we align the cross on the crosshairs to make it so it's the same as one end of the water level, yeah?
Yes.
Right, and then we turn the auto level round to look at the other end, and we find that the other end is also on the same horizontal. Right, it's on the same level.
Right.
Okay. And so do you have a problem with that?
No.
No.
Should be good.
Okay. So then when we move the auto level to 60 meters past it, and then we set it up level again, and then we sight back to look at the water in the water level from 60 meters past it, and then we sight the two ends and they're both level again on the crosshairs.
Sure.
What?
Can you do it?
That's what we did, yeah.
I don't recall.
So what's the problem though?
I saw the water level below the auto level.
You saw the water level below the auto level.
No. And I didn't see two water levels inside. If you can show me what timestamp was.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you just said then.
At what timestamp I can see the both water level inside?
You can see both of the water levels in the site. Is that?
No, what timestamp? I didn't see.
I don't know. You. When we did the auto level one way 50 meters, and then you turn the auto level round the other way and see 50 meters at the water level. Is that the one that you're suggesting we should have both of them in the same shot?
No.
No.
Yeah, you can skip this because we know water level is level. Don't need.
But
Oh.
well, if I could, Chike, you said that you weren't happy with that process when I was
No,
talking
I
to.
didn't see it.
Is it
Simply
horizontal
didn't see it.
though?
No, that's when
How do you
that.
get the
Hold
auto
on,
level?
Chike, just
The God
that
Scalper, let me
that's
ask
when.
the experts, huh?
Oh, okay, you
How
asked
do you
that.
get the crosshair at the same level of the auto level? How do you do it with your instrument?
How do we get the crosshair at the same level as the auto level?
With the water?
Sorry.
You have an auto level,
Yeah.
and you have water level. How do you align the crosshair with
You fill the water
the
level
water?
up.
You feel it more. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that should work.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. We were filling it to take it up to the same level as the crosshairs at one end. And then we sighted the other end. Yeah?
You're establishing a horizontal line of sight with the auto level.
Yeah, sure.
So you're happy that the water level is horizontal then?
If I could see it, yes.
Jake. Well, you said without even having to do it. You said we don't need to do it.
No, the water. You don't need to see that the water is level because we know water are level.
Yeah, horizontal.
The first 50 meters back and forth, you don't need to do it. You have a water level.
Well, I'm very glad that you've joined in. So which one are you proposing that isn't level then? The auto level?
The second sighting from the auto level to the first and second should not align.
Are you talking about the the water level or the auto level? Which one's going to be out?
The auto level, of course.
Oh.
The line of sight should not intersect both water level at the same point. It would intersect one and the other side would be below. In your case, it should be 2 millimeters. Can you see 2 millimeters from 160 meters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so is that... So you're saying that the water level is level, but when you move the auto level, then the auto level will be 2 millimeters higher?
On the far side, yes.
Nice. Did you get that from Jesse Kozlowski?
No.
No.
Got it from 8 inch per square.
Oh, so you did a calculation on what you would expect to see
Sure.
over that. Okay. So, how much did you do a calculation on how much you would see over 100 meters?
Yeah, we can do it now.
Okay. Because Sly Sparkane, have you ever heard of him? Chike? I mean, not a lot of people have, I don't think. I think he's one of them ones that sits in the background.
You getting out this weekend, Ben?
Well, yeah, I've got my wheel to go and do the measuring, but
Yeah.
I've got this little thing now as well, so we might have to go and see how well we can see with putting a phone on that, and
Well, it
then
looks pretty clear up close, doesn't it?
yeah, well, the what it is now, it'll be the test to see whether we can do it live, whereas he can keep his phone, and we'll get another phone to be the display thing,
Yeah.
and just leave that on. I mean, it seems it's pretty sturdy, and it's just a matter of once you've set it up, then you can mess about with the phone and the zoom. You know, you can do all of that sort of stuff on the on the thing. So I'll go and get the 5G. Is it a 5G? Is that Jesus? Is that what we call with the phones? The iPhone.
Right.
5. I had an iPhone 5.
Oh, I don't know.
Colour one. It might be a 5C with the colour.
It's 0.
Yeah, I think it's 5C.
Yeah.
0.78 millimeters.
So
400
nearly 1
meter.
millimeter. That's quite a lot of big change that over that extra 60 meters. Right. So Slice Bar Cane, right, has got 16 100-meter water levels. And he's going to put them all together. Now, if you say you've got a drop of, what was that, 0.7, call it 0.8 of a millimeter, then, and you stack 16 of them up together, what do you imagine you'd end up getting?
600 meters.
No, 16. 1600 meters, right?
1600.
Yeah.
That's a mile.
Yeah, it is. That's what Slice Bar Cane says he's doing his test.
8 inches.
Oh, you'd get 8 inches, would you? If you added up 16.7s,
No.
you can end up with 8 inches.
Inch per mile squared.
Yeah,
1 mile squared is 1 times 8 inches. It is 8 inches.
Okay, so each one of them are 100-meter long water levels that you've just said have a curvature, well, a tilt.
Drop.
Let's
Drop.
say. Yeah, a tilt.
No, that's drop. Not a tilt.
0.7. Oh, it is a drop then.
It's a drop.
Yeah. Okay, well, each one of them drops at 0.7 from each end. So we're going to line them all up, and the end one, at the end, we're going to get 8 inches, is it? I know that's working metric and imperial together.
Yeah, 8 inches.
Right, so
The
how...
refraction maybe 7.
How do you... Oh, right, it'll come up. The water level will come up a bit because of refraction.
No, the water level will be level. The view will come up.
Yeah, but you view each end of the water level, don't you? I mean, that's what you do when you're using a water level.
Yes, I say in your view it will come up. The water level will be level. But we trust it to be level.
We trust it to be level. But you don't trust it. Or do you trust it? Do you trust the water level to be horizontal?
Water finds its level now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is that level horizontal or is that level curved in your mind?
Its level is not horizontal. If it will drop, it certainly is not horizontal.
Okay, so because of the drop, that makes it not horizontal, but does make it level. Yeah?
Yes.
Well, that's very good to know, because we do have another water level test. Have you seen that? The big one? Can I get it? I'm going to have to put some chicken on in the oven in a minute. No. Right, I'll get you a quick picture for you. You can see the debate discussion, can you?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I'll have a quick look for this. Did you never see the one where we did our test and I explained the water level test? I think I explained the auto levels to check that as well, didn't I? But I can't remember. These tests, there's that many.
I'm pretty sure you've talked to Chike about a lot of this stuff before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the green and the red tape pipes.
Oh, I can't even find it now. I don't know where it's gone. How can I not have my own picture?
Are you looking for like the setup you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have it on my phone. Let me look.
The one with the laser level on the side of it.
Oh wait, like on your whiteboard, that one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the wooden board.
Hold on a second. I may have it here. I know I have it. It's just a matter of how many. Is it 10s and 20s of pictures back, or is it hundreds of pictures?
I've had it, but I must have moved it and put it in a different file somewhere the other day.
What the heck?
Because the water level test on its own, it sorts your problem out that you have for the centre, but you have to put your head around to work it, and a lot of people got really upset when they try and do that. Oh, there you go.
You found it?
Yeah.
Okay,
there
good.
You go.
I'm still looking. I must have passed it.
I told you, I know that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that one isn't 100-meter water levels. There's one that is like going to be a mile. We'll keep it easy for you because you like to keep them one way, and then the other two, the red ones, will be half-mile. Right. So the actual little water level bits where you see them, the vials or whatever you call them, the little measuring things, will actually be together like that. There'll be 2 at one end, 2 at the other end, and then 3 all together right in the middle. And we'll just attach the hose pipes to them in that array. Right?
Why you need 3 pipes? Okay.
Pardon?
Why do you need 3 pipes? The green will suffice.
Ah, but then you can't check, can you? You say the centre is a bit higher, so that's what the red ones are there for. They're to check the centre with the end.
No.
Because I did one ages ago. I think it was the first thing I did. It was the first thing I did was the infinite water level.
Look, the
first
center
concept.
And all sides are leveled. There is no question about it. And one level will not show it not to be leveled.
Yeah. Well, they're all the same level, aren't they?
All leveled.
Yeah, they will all be over that distance. They will all be the same. They'll all have the same level, won't they? They have to. You can't. There's no way you could have differing levels, is there, on the same level bit?
No.
So they have to be the same level. So that's what the red ones are there to show. That the level of one end is the same level as the one in the centre.
I'm saving you the red pipes. You don't need them.
Well, yeah, I do. That's an
The
integral.
water
It's
is
an
level.
it's an integral part of the test.
If it's in one pipe
Chike.
or the other, it's two two water levels will not show two different things.
I know, because it's horizontal, right? It proves they're all on a straight line. They're all the same straight line.
No.
But I know it's hard. It's a hard mental concept for you to get round in, isn't it?
Look, you use two water levels, they both will be level. There is no question about it. No need for three of them.
See,
one is enough.
See, that's what the original test was, the infinite water level, which was the one there that you see in the picture. That was the concept that went in my head. Because all of those little levels, they're all the same horizontal, and you can move them around into any position, and they would always be the same level, all of them, because they're on the same bit of water. They have to have the same horizontal. So it's just a way of showing you that if you get like a big large body of water like a canal, it's almost as though it's an infinite amount of these water levels that you could move around, because they all establish the same horizontal.
Yes, that's why I say you only need the green pipe. Don't need
Yeah, the other ones are checks, aren't they? The other ones are there to
checks for what? That water are level. That
yeah,
level
yeah. Some
is
people,
level?
some people don't understand that it's a straight line, Chike. It's hard to believe.
No, it's not a straight line. Absolutely,
it is. That's
not
what
a
they.
straight
That's
line,
what them
but
other
it's still
levels are there
level.
for.
No.
Do you agree with?
What,
Do you agree with the modus tollens anyway in the thing?
No, you will measure the level by taking back and forth from the middle point to the two other points, which should be about 1 inch below.
Right. So you've got there. If the Earth is a spherical object,
Are we kidding?
P, then the surface of liquid water must be curved, Q. Do you agree with that? Is that a good, nice, quick, short, logical statement? Right. Now, can I offer up the modus tollens for that particular water level or that particular statement? Would you accept a modus tollens for that? Because here, this is basically what it's all about, is this. A water level device is any device utilizing the surface of liquid water to establish a horizontal plane of reference.
Absolutely not.
Oh, so you're going against that?
Yes,
that statement.
You keep stressing straight, and that's what we want to test. You can test it with the water level. You should use line of sight testing.
No, it says even in there. Water levels have been used for many years. The water level is lower tech than the laser level, but it can be more accurate over long distances and works without a sight line. That's the point of the water level, Chike.
Sure, but what we now want to establish is the water level straight?
Yeah, it's a horizontal plane of reference, it says.
Oh, is it horizontal?
Yeah, that's what the test is there to do, right? We've got those extra red bits to show you that they are on the same horizontal. Because, like you've said, they have to be. That's what water level does.
No, the red bits do not show me horizontal. They still show level.
But would they be on a different... Chike, would they be on a different slope?
No, they will be on the same slope.
What, both of the red ones?
Red, green, all of them.
Yeah, but the red ones on the left and the red one on the right... Would they both have the same slope?
From the center?
Well, let's say you stood on the right-hand side. What happens to the slope then?
Then it drops to the center and drops
Drops
more
to the
to
center.
the end.
Okay. So the way that all of the water in these water level tilts depends on where you are stood. Does it?
Obviously.
Obviously.
They're always tilted away from you.
What about if we leave someone at one end while you go to the other end? Can we observe the water tilting differently because you've moved?
Yes. That's what they do with the reciprocal angles. It's exactly what
you
they
can
do.
observe a water level moving because you move. Are you in control of where the water level is then?
The perpendicular to the plumb is always down. And the plumb always tilts away from you. Doesn't matter where you stand, it tilts away from you.
Sorry, say that again.
If you have a plumb,
yeah,
every other plumb around you is tilting away from you.
Really?
Yes.
Right, so when I have a plumb bob and I'm establishing a vertical, right? And then spot on sort of, how far away? What's a big building spot on? About 20 metres away. And he drops his vertical plumb bob. Are you saying that his vertical will have a different angular measurement to my vertical?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, what are you supposing you measure that angle from?
Theodolite?
The theodolite can measure the deviance of a vertical. Now, I'm asking you, what do you measure the deviance from? I'm not saying a theodolite, because the theodolite measures it establishes a horizontal and a vertical, right? And a plumb bob obviously establishes a vertical. Now,
the theodolite measure angles from zenith. It's all.
It measures angles from zenith. Are you supposing that, or are you just...
No, that's what they do.
Most of the time they'll be measuring an angle on the horizontal plane, won't they? For triangulation.
It depends what they do. They measure angles, basically. They can measure also horizontal angles, not a problem.
But if you wanted to know how far the elevation changed, you would get a measuring rod out, right? And you'd get an auto level, and you'd establish the drop of the elevation or the land away from that horizontal that's set by the auto level. It would be a measurement reading, not an angular reading, wouldn't it?
Well, you need distance and angle.
Have you ever, you know when you were watching Jesse Kozlowski, who seems to be one of your favoured people that you go to, have you ever seen him using an auto level? Has he ever done any video? Did you watch any videos of him using an auto level, doing differential leveling?
I haven't seen Jesse Kozlowski.
You haven't seen any Jesse Kozlowski, or you haven't seen him with an auto level?
No, I don't recall.
You don't recall which? Have you
Yes,
ever seen?
I can.
You ever seen Jesse Kozlowski's videos or talked to him?
Saw his videos, of course.
Right, so you've never talked to Jesse?
Nope.
No. He's a bit hard to talk to, really, because he's he's a bit unreachable, right? Would you like to have a word with him and ask him?
Well, actually, I saw him on the video, no, not recent. Quite recently. It was.
Yeah, that's good. I've seen him on the video as well. But so you've never seen him use an auto level? What does he use all the time then?
Hold on.
Are you getting a link in the video or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for a Jessica Slowski auto level video.
Okay. That you can watch it some other time, right? There's no need to.
No, you asked me if I saw him.
No, I've asked you if you've ever watched Jessica, because like you don't seem to have watched anybody else, and you keep going on about a theodolite.
Yeah.
I was
main
just
surveyor.
Sorry?
The main surveyor.
Jeff?
I don't know. It's Renee.
He's Cleary's mate. We're meant to be going on to McToon's and having a chat with Jeff. Jeff and McToon's and me and Cleary. We're going to go and discuss this sort of stuff. You know, these questions that you're sort of setting out for us. Have you asked any of your guys how they do it? Or are you just taking the videos as being right?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, like, you've only ever watched videos. I mean, the other week when we were talking, you didn't know anything about it. So you've obviously watched a few videos since.
No. You decided I don't know.
Oh, so you did know then?
For me, it happens that it's enough for me to watch the video to understand what they're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, but you've just watched Jesse Kozlowski?
And the main surveyor.
Yeah, okay. Any others? Or just them two?
Main surveyor. I think I watched several.
Well, that's good to know, because those two guys are the ones that have gone into hiding. What do you reckon? Why would they not be coming out to have a word and talk about this, Chike? Why would they be leaving people like you to come out and show that you've watched their videos? Why would they not be coming out to explain exactly how they do this to you?
Well, I saw Jessica Slowski on, what's this guy's name? Jose. On Jose's channel a few days ago. He was there.
Hey, that's good. So he is coming back out then?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I saw him a few days ago. That's it.
I'm glad. Hopefully, Jesse, if you're going to hear any of this, or if you're listening, anybody's recording this, but please come and have a chat. What about, have you ever heard Jeff? The other guy you keep talking about. Have you ever heard him? Has he been on there? Because he seems very shy.
No.
No.
I haven't seen.
But you're happy with what he showed you? I mean, what did you get from Jeff? What did he tell you?
That plums are not Harlem.
Ah, that one. Again, so because vertical and horizontal are perpendicular, he chose to go for the vertical, the plumb, and he came up with a really weird method, didn't he? I mean, it did seem pretty strange. Whereas our method that we're doing is to establish that the horizontal is a straight line. Now, if the horizontal is a straight line, then surely all the perpendiculars to that straight line will be vertical, because horizontal and vertical are perpendiculars, right? So,
Absolutely.
yeah, you're happy with that then? See, because he went for the vertical to say that they weren't plumb by, I don't know what, he just looked at some things, didn't he? And he then told you that.
I'll explain this to you. It's very, very easy.
Okay. Everybody here is all ears.
So you have two plumb lines, right?
Which ones are they?
Those that are vertical.
Right, so which one have you got to put any right angle lines on there or anything? Because you just drawn some lines, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And if they are parallel, the line you draw between them, any pair of angles above or below will be 183. Alpha
keep going.
plus beta.
So when you
beta
say parallel,
tag plus alpha tag.
yeah, I'm just sorting my chicken out. So, but when you say parallel, which lines are on there? Are you imagining a parallel?
Parallel, the two plumb lines.
Which ones?
The vertical line.
The ones that go up the page. Right now, are they vertical to the same horizontal? Can you draw little right angles at the bottom of them to show us?
Yes, they are 90 degrees to the red line.
Okay. So you call that red line horizontal then, right?
This red line is straight. Those two black lines are 90 degrees to the red line. Therefore, the angles must sum to 180. Alpha plus beta, or beta tag plus alpha tag. Both pairs should be 180.
Okay, so if you say that the two lines, the black lines are going vertical, they call them vertical, and the ones that are perpendicular to the bottom of it, yeah, is horizontal, because that's what a horizontal is to a vertical. It's perpendicular. Yeah. So can you draw the little right angles things on there for us to show?
God. I have to.
Yeah, in order to do it properly, right? Is that SE with his memes again? If we're doing geometry like this, I mean, you have to mark your lines up with the right angle, don't you? I mean, that Kosho made a big mistake about that when he was doing trigonometry. He never drew a right angle in, and if you don't draw a right angle, you can't really understand what's going on. As soon as you draw that right angle, then it brings everything into the to the reference that people can understand. Especially if anybody's working on plans or anything.
So are we going to zenith and like zeniths now? Are we measuring zeniths?
No, he's got we're just doing something on verticals. He said it's easy. He's going to show us how Jeff does his what's it? Measuring his plums. Checking his plums.
Checking his plums.
Yeah, checking your plums with Jeff.
Over what
and
distance?
Chike. He's not put anything. He's not even put any angle measurements. He's just got four different lines. Sorry.
Where is this being shown?
Debate
Please?
in the debate discussion channel here.
Oh, okay.
We're just getting him to draw some right angles on there, and we'll be rocking.
What's the 90s?
Yeah, just the little right angle marks. Because until we see them, they're just a few lines. Beautiful.
Evening, gentlemen and ladies.
Hi, DP.
Good evening.
Hey, DP. How are
We good now?
today?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so now the sum, alpha plus beta, the sum of those two angles must be 180.
Yeah, because it's on a straight line.
That's it. That's what they measure. They measure angle from zenith. With two reciprocal points, yes, from beta to alpha, from alpha to beta. From those 2 points, they measure reciprocal angles, and if they don't sum to 180, they sum to more. That means the lines are diverging. If they sum to less, that means they are converging. Very, very simple.
Okay, but you realise that if you alter them angles at the top, them angles at the bottom won't be right angles, right?
Sorry?
If you change the angles at the top of the A and the B, right? Those right angles at the bottom won't be able to be right angles, will they?
No, they are right.
Okay, well, so the vertical comes down, and that is perpendicular. So if the black lines are verticals, then the red line is horizontal because it is perpendicular.
No.
Yeah.
No, because you can have perpendicular to a sphere. It's not a problem.
That's a red line is a straight line, is it?
Yes. In the assumption that the red line is straight, then alpha and beta should sum to 180 degrees. If alpha and beta sum to more than 180 degrees, then the red line is not straight.
Were you around last night? We were doing the thing. Now, when you measure an angle is the inclination of one straight line to another straight line, and a perpendicular is the relationship of one straight line to another straight line.
Yes.
Yes.
In the case of a sphere, it's the tangent to the sphere.
So it's a tangent then. Are you going to say that red line is a tangent?
No.
No.
The red line would be a sphere, and 90 degrees would be to the tangent of the sphere.
So is the red line the tangent then? Because that looks like a straight line.
No.
Well, why?
Straight
you
line.
did. It is a straight line, yeah.
This straight line, yes. But if Earth is a straight line, then the angles would sum to 180 degrees, and they don't. Therefore, we know the red line is not straight.
Right, so if those angles don't add up to, but in geometry they do, right? If you draw it just like that with right angles and they are parallel lines that will never diverge or converge or whatever you want to talk about because they're right angles, right? So they are straight lines. So you can never get those angles any different, either in geometry, and since geometry is reality, right? It's measuring the Earth, then you can't actually manipulate those to be any different than what you've just drawn. You just imagine that red line is a curve, but like you've just said, you are drawing it as a straight line.
Yes.
And then you're putting perpendiculars on it, which again state that it is a straight line.
Correct.
Yeah.
But observations show that
Who,
the sum of the
whose
reciprocal,
observation, please?
Every surveyor observation
Who
shows that
someone in particular, please give us
the
your
main
best.
surveyor.
Okay, Jeff.
Jeff.
Right. So have you ever seen these? Have you ever seen these measurements yourself?
Yes, I saw him fill his notebook.
Okay, so you've seen Jeff write something down and tell you that vertical lines aren't on the same perpendicular horizontal. It's something different than what you've just drawn. Right?
Yes.
Is what Jeff has told you.
Yes.
So because Jeff has told you, you're going to imagine that that red line is actually a curved line. But you're still going to have the right angle there and the perpendicular, and you're going to have everything as drawn. Yet because Jeff has told you that those black lines aren't aren't parallel, you're going to go along with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you think of any logical reason why you shouldn't trust Jeff? Or do you just automatically trust Jeff?
No, I can't think about any logical reason not to trust him.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, he is the main source for all of you guys to be able to think this, because he's put it in your head that there is a possibility that this is true. So you, being the sort of person that you are, imagine that Jeff is definitely telling the truth, and he's definitely a proper surveyor, and he's definitely done this and measured that verticals aren't the same vertical. So there's a deviation between two verticals, and you imagine that because Jeff's done a video that tells you this, and you imagine that reciprocal was it reciprocal zenith angles? Yes, like let's just say, could we call it reciprocal leveling? Right?
No, it's reciprocal angles to zenith.
Yeah, well, and they show what, a tilt or a curve? Which do you imagine is the best one?
They show a tilt.
They show a tilt, and they in which direction does this tilt occur with the reciprocal?
Away from you.
Okay. Do you think
Right
Jeff?
line is tilt away from the left line, and the left line is tilt away from the right line.
Okay, so do you know what the reciprocal part of the reciprocal leveling thing is? Do you know, like, did he teach you that? Or have you just watched videos, or you not actually looked at any of this differential leveling, reciprocal leveling, anything like that? Have you not?
I didn't get it.
You didn't?
I don't get your question.
Well, you keep saying that the reciprocal leveling, as Jeff has used that to measure a tilt. Shout out to the tilt. Belu's going to be well happy. Be writing some nice reports about this. So, the tilt, although, see, you've drawn that red line with the right angles on it. Yeah? Is it which way's the tilt?
Away from each other.
Away from, right. So if you're on
the lines are diverging up.
Right. So when I'm stood on the right hand side, does the tilt go away from me to the right?
The left line will tilt left from you.
Okay. So then imagine, because we're obviously on the surface here of because you're practically doing this, aren't you? You know, like you're not. This isn't just geometry. You're imagining that red line to be a surface of something we can walk on. Yeah?
We can walk on Earth, I'm quite sure.
But is that what the red line is supposed to be, though?
Yes.
Okay. So if I'm walking from one of the lines, the one on the left, all the way to the one on the right, now there's a tilt down from me of the red line, right, from one end to the other.
Yes.
Yeah, and then so what happens when I get in the middle? Can I turn round, and what happens to that red line?
I don't get you. Everywhere you stand,
yeah,
all plumb lines tilting away from you.
Right, so that's red line. I'm just struggling.
What shape could you be on?
It's a straight line, because you've got two
I'm telling you,
perpendiculars.
Every plumb line
yeah,
that is not where you stand is tilting away from you.
Yeah, I can imagine you're going to struggle with
what kind of shape could you be on?
Well, since every plumb line is vertical and perpendicular to horizontal, it never tilts. I can't get a plumb line to tilt.
That's what you say because you didn't measure it.
No, you can't.
You will see. You will do your 1 mile level, and you'll see that there is a drop of 8 inches, and you will understand why it's not parallel. Why they are not all parallel to each other.
This is why we were here, right? Because you came in initially, and we were talking about a water level test that we did last week, right? Live on Discord. You can come again and have a look hopefully if there gets a decent bit of weather again, we'll have a look, right? And see what we can see through the level, and we'll try and quash your things. But you said that we did it wrong because we didn't find any drop, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you said you had a problem with it.
I asked you how you did it because God's couple didn't know how to tell me how you did it.
You said you watched the video and you had a problem with the bit.
How you bring... No, I didn't have any problem.
Well, can you like that you've just drawn that drawing there? Do you think you could draw like a 100 meter water level, and then the position of where the you know, where the auto level was in the middle, but you didn't have a problem with that. But you could just draw it in there, and then draw when we moved the auto level to 60 meters past it, and show us exactly where the problem is that you have with what we're doing and what you're not actually seeing. Because I'm still struggling to understand with what, because we can only do what we do when we go out there, right? We can't manipulate the water in any way because we move away from it. Like, it doesn't do that. Because I was on the measuring rod, so I was near the water level, but my son, who was on the auto level, he was a bit further away, and I don't think it dropped when he moved away from it, strangely enough.
Don't think now. You should know for sure.
The water, him moving away from the water level did not affect the water in the water level in any way whatsoever.
So suppose the red dots, the new picture I posted there, the red dots are level. You should observe with your auto level the far dot dropping.
See, I may be a stickler and all of that, but can you see there's a little jaggedy bit on all of those lines, which would indicate that there is not one straight line there? You can understand that, right?
To the curve.
But they're not straight lines, are they?
Yeah.
They're not. They've got little jaggedy bits in.
Imagine that they are straight lines. Don't.
No, just draw a straight line. Because my measuring rods, is that what you're talking about? Those straight lines.
You know what resolution is?
Pardon?
That's the resolution. If I made the picture very, very big, it was very high resolution, you wouldn't see them. You wouldn't see those.
They just look like little loads of little jaggedy lines, because that's what Team Septic. Yeah, that's what Team Septic said. Is that what you're going to call a geodesic? Because that's what Team Septic said last night in that old interview that we went over old debate. A geodesic is a series of straight lines, much like you've got there, that when you add them together they make a curve. Fantastic, right?
He's talking about the black line, not about the
no, he was talking about, I know I'm gonna have to go for me food. Mrs. is looking at me funny because you're talking to me, Chike. Yeah, she's got her hands on her hips as well. Stern face. So I bet somebody else would be able to have a word with him, with you. I'll have to just go. I won't be that long. But I mean, it's interesting to what you imagine there, Chike.
Signal's kind of crappy, but what do you think the purpose is for reciprocal leveling? Do you know what in what application you would use that?
To measure the sphericity of the Earth?
Yeah, unfortunately, you've been misled by these supposed surveyors. The tilt angle, they're being a little bit vague with you, making you think they're measuring curve, but they're actually doing something entirely different. But then they get you guys out here parroting what you believe they said, and they just sit back and laugh.
That's what you
like
think?
I said, I've got a bad signal here. I don't know if anybody else is available.
You think that there's just rich people who bought these very expensive instruments just to make
they're not
a joke
expensive.
of me? So they're not expensive.
No, an auto level's 100.
Do you know how much the one that not auto level, the total stations
Yeah,
they
they're
use,
expensive.
or even the one Jessica Slavsky used was when it came out over $10,000. What you talking about? And that's money back then.
So you think that using a rented, expensive piece of equipment proves something?
No, I'm saying they bought all this just to make a joke of me, just to fool me, right? Because they have
Well,
nothing else to do.
yeah,
It
that's what they're doing. You know,
could be,
soundly, don't you?
could be that they bought it for their job, because that's how they make money, using those
Well,
instruments in that
it could
way.
be, it could be that they wanted to get people like you out here representing what they misrepresented to you, right? You believe
It's
everything
not a
they told
problem.
you,
It's not a problem.
and
If you believe so, you can buy one and do it yourself. It's not that
yeah,
difficult.
I'm
Take a
studying to be a
little
surveyor.
practice, but
Yeah,
it's not a problem.
I'll work it out on my own. That's what it's about, right? You know, you can go
You
out and make a
don't need to
measurement on
buy
your
one.
own.
You can hire a surveyor for one day.
Sure, you could rent one, you could hire a surveyor, you could do it
It,
yourself. You know,
Or
it,
you
it
you
could
can look at all the.
you could have fun over a weekend and do a water level test along the side of a canal. Doesn't cost you $10,000, does it?
Yeah, but we know what our level. That's not what we are looking for.
So you
Can you
said that the earlier. I'm sorry.
hang on a minute, Cleric. Chike, can you speak up a bit because you're mumbling. You're mumbling into your microphone, and it's
Didn't
really difficult. It's really difficult to understand what you're saying. So if you could speak up and speak clearly, that would be perfect. Thank you.
well, didn't seem that Bev and had any problem understand what I'm saying.
Well, maybe he's
What I
got a good
said is
headset.
could be. Can raise
Why check,
my voice up if you want.
Chikey?
I hear
Earlier you
you.
said. Earlier you said why check the water level.
Yes.
Right. So what?
You
When
want to
does it start
compare
curving?
water level to straight. Those two different things. Can't
An
say
auto
So,
level
water
that.
level is
so
therefore it's
Chai,
straight. No. Bring
Chai,
me
can I ask you a
straight,
question, please?
bring me level, and show me they are both the same.
Chai, can I ask you a question? Just do you think it's possible for a surveyor to establish a straight line?
Well, it would be difficult due to refraction. Yeah.
What's refraction got to do with it?
Bends light.
But we're establishing a straight line.
How do you do that?
Where you make measurements.
With a, Chikey, I asked you earlier, do you think that your line of sight is curved coming out of the auto level?
On a short distance, not very much. No.
No. So you see a straight path to your target, right? That's what the auto level
Approximately.
is. It's establishing a horizontal line of sight.
Right.
Right. And you make your measurement, you do your back sight, you move forward, and you continuously shoot straight lines, right? Two straight lines cannot share a common line segment. Therefore, those lines are a single line, a single straight line,
Did you did
horizontal
you
line.
did you did you did you just did you notice what you did? You took straight lines, you said they are one segment, and that's a fact. Without
Yeah,
testing that they are indeed one segment, which they are not.
I'm not sure if you followed me. Actually, it's
I
probably
did
sounded like
follow you.
word
I
salad to
did
you.
follow you. I did.
All right, yeah, I'm still working. I got to mute, but maybe somebody can talk to you. Hey, you still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Everybody's quiet in here. I'm back though, but yeah, basically that's what your instruments are for, is to establish a horizontal line of sight, and you're able to measure the change in elevation through differential leveling over short distances,
Sure,
and
but
you can
that's
yeah, you can do what every other survey has done for hundreds, if not thousands, of years, and determine horizontal. So
they
Drake,
don't. I can assure you they don't do mountain elevations with auto level. That doesn't happen.
back in the day, yeah, that's what they did. Differential leveling. You don't even know what the
Mm,
technique is.
mountain, come on.
Seriously, you're discounting something that you don't even understand.
No, there are other ways to do it.
Why would you use another way? I mean, yeah, you could use
Why?
modern technology.
Because imagine climbing the mountain. You need to find 2 points. You need to make differential leveling, and the way you need to do it all the way up to measure elevation change, or
That's
not
right.
not not over a very long. No, they don't do it.
Oh, really? Wow. When did they quit? They were doing it yesterday. Did they stop today?
No, you don't need it.
Oh, you don't need it. Right.
No,
Why?
not at
Because
all.
it's
I
already
can
been
do it
done.
with the other light just the same at one time.
How far with a theodolite?
How far?
Yeah, how far?
I saw on Jessica Slowski, I saw a page
Jesse
where they did
Kozlowski.
up to,
That's like citing
yeah, up
Wikipedia,
to,
man.
yeah, that's like Wikipedia. Where they did, not him, someone else did surveying over 90 something kilometers.
Let me tell you one thing, man. You wouldn't be here talking to me right now if it were not for the shite that Jesse Kozlowski told you, right? Everything that you're talking about is what he told you. Have you done any research on your own to determine the reality of the limitations of the instruments that they're using? Have you read any manuals? Have you looked at any, you know, professional
No.
surveying websites to determine what tilt is?
Have you?
Have you? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm
What have
studying
you,
to be a
what
surveyor.
have you concluded?
What's that?
What have you concluded? That the Earth is flat?
Well,
That's how they do surveying?
what I've concluded is you guys like to conflate elevation with curvature. Okay, elevation is measured. Curvature is a concept, and every topographical map, including Google Earth, when you pull an elevation profile, shows you the documented, recorded measurements over and over again with horizontal leveling instruments, and now with established benchmarks and the continuously operating reference system, GPS, and as well as lidar. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but the USGS scan the entire coastline of the United States with lidar. It's a very awesome three-dimensional tool to create a virtual reality of the elevation. It's amazing. It's something you've probably never seen before, but you will. Everyone's going to see that.
And they do it just to fool us?
Just to fool you. We're not fooled.
I'm
So if
gullible.
everybody's trying to fool you, tell me this. If everybody's trying to fool you, why are all topographical maps flat with measured elevation? Why is that?
A, I'm not sure they are. B,
Yeah.
because they don't have to be.
Are we going to go all the way through the alphabet here? No. It's a horizontal baseline underneath.
Yes, but when you're going to plan a new neighborhood, you don't need to take into account the curvature there.
Sure, if you go in and cut roads, you're going to have to survey so that you have drainage. You don't have a lake in somebody's front yard, right? You know, you want to make sure the water's flowing downhill from high elevation to low elevation, right? You want to work within your drainage basins
Everything
and
goes fine.
watershed.
Everything
Familiar
goes
with
fine.
those? Are you familiar with a watershed or a drainage basin? Yes or no?
Sorry?
Are you familiar with a watershed or a drainage basin?
No.
Okay. For instance, the Mississippi drainage basin drains the entire central part of the United States. When there's rainfall or spring water collected in the streams in the watershed, it all accumulates into that gigantic drainage basin, and it flows all the way down to New Orleans, Louisiana at sea level. It's very awesome. NASA made an animation about that. If I was on my computer, I'd be showing it to you right now. But I'm in a truck driving. So, yeah, like the Amazon drainage basin is another good example. I was talking to Jim Panda about that. It's a 2,000-mile wide basin-shaped piece of land. Do you think that that drainage basin is curved?
You have a problem with it?
Say it again.
You have a problem with it? The ocean is curved.
The ocean is curved. So you mistake the inability for you to see forever, you know, perspective compression. You mistake
Perspective.
that for curvature?
How can it be perspective?
Well, have you now ever looked down a line of telephone poles and see them shrink in the distance?
Yes.
Far, you know, eventually got far enough where you couldn't see her. Just kidding with you. Anyway, have you looked down a line of train rails that appear to merge, but they
Train
don't?
rail. Forget train rails. Okay, they are not straight.
So you think you can see forever?
No, I see quite far. I can see the moon, which is very far.
The moon straight above. It's not across the dense layer of water vapor-rich atmosphere.
It's very
Still on the ground
far.
level.
It's very far.
Yeah.
However, I can see it. It's sometimes sink behind the horizon, like cut in half, then quarter, then none.
Yeah. So a big truck right in front of your face looks bigger than a big truck way down the road, right? You've got to agree with that. There's no
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Still
So,
can see it all, right?
yeah, that's perspective. You know,
Yeah.
everything's
Doesn't cut
getting
things from the
smaller.
bottom.
Well, that's not true because what you're actually seeing.
It's not true. Can you show me how it's not true?
So you think you can see
How
the
does
complete?
perspective cause things to disappear bottom up?
Well, that's an interesting thing, right? I don't know. Maybe we could ask an eye expert, but that's the way things look. They appear to drop away.
The moon is far away. It doesn't disappear bottom
You're,
up when it's above me.
you're not looking. You're not looking across the flat surface. You're not seeing it.
So, across a flat surface, if you looked across a flat surface, it will not disappear bottom up. It will fade away.
Really, I'd like to see an example of
Yeah.
that. Maybe you could do a demonstration for us. You have a big, long, flat floor somewhere where you can put an object
You
far
don't
away
need
from
to.
you.
All you need to is a foggy day and see how things fade away.
On a foggy
They get
day with refraction,
yes,
you want to
foggy
tell?
day.
Oh man, Man,
we will
you haven't been
simulate
you've been around longer than this, right?
thick atmosphere. We're
I thought you'd been
simulating
around
thick
for a while.
atmosphere.
I thought you'd been around for a while. You've never seen Inferior Mirage?
Yeah, so
So what do you think's going on, man? There's a lot of different factors. It's not a singular cause. You know, you got perspective, compression, you got atmospheric conditions, you know, the light.
yeah, on most day all
Do a
you
lot of.
see is things disappearing bottom up.
Oh, okay. Do you think we can see the curve, or do you think we're too small to see the curve?
You first of all you have no chance to see the curve because
Okay.
your
So you.
eyes are not built for it. They are too close to each other,
Okay,
too
that's
small
great.
to
Thank
see
you.
the
Thank you
curve.
for traveling down this road with me. So you're saying we're too small to see the curvature, right?
They're too small and too
Yeah.
close. You
Yeah.
lose. You
All right. So
lose.
you're saying,
Hold on.
hang
You
on,
lose. Hold on.
listen,
You
hold
lose
on.
perspective. You lose perspective. You can't tell things if things are closer to you or farther away from you. Since about 100 or you're cutting.
All right, so let's travel down this road all the way, okay? You're too small to see the curvature that ships disappear behind.
No, not what I said. I said your eyes too close and too small to see the curvature that is in front of you. Because the curvature is from you to the ship. That's
Yeah.
the curvature. From you
Yeah.
to the ship. There is a
Oh,
hump.
so you're
You
a
can
hump.
see it.
You're a hump earther. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're too
Yeah,
small
you
to see the
can't see
curvature
it.
that ships
You
disappear
can't
behind.
see it.
You can't see it, but you can see ships disappear behind it.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh wow, this is great, man.
No,
I swear.
very great. Every car that you see disappear behind the hill, I'm sure you don't think it got too far away from you. No, it didn't. It disappeared behind the hill.
Waiting.
And that's a hill
Right. How long would you?
that the ship disappeared behind. Because you can still
I
see
guess you
them.
can't hear.
Not a problem. They are not too far. You can see their top. You can't see their bottom. Just like the
Yeah.
truck over the hill.
I guess you can't hear me talking when I try to talk. How long would you stare over a hill waiting for something to get looned back over?
Don't even need a hill.
It makes no
It's
sense.
before the hill.
Yeah. Oh man, I got to get out of my truck. Is there anybody else around here? Anybody?
I just wanted to know what happened to
Yeah,
the
I'm here as
tilt.
well.
What happened to the tilt while all this going over a hump and dropping over a curve? Where's your tilt?
It's there.
Well, how come the ship doesn't tilt?
It does.
You think?
Sure.
Can you prove that?
With a theodolite.
How are you going to prove the tilt of a ship with a theodolite?
Reciprocal angles.
Well, off you go. Off you go. Go and get a theodolite and measure the tilt of a ship at sea with your theodolite. That'd be a good way for you to prove
Why I
your
need
claim.
to do it? What? Yes. Why do I need a ship? Earth is not good for you.
You said the ship on the sea tilts.
Yes,
So
because the ship and the earth and everything on it is curved.
this is your claim.
No, it's measured, not my claim.
It is not measured.
No, your claim
It
is
has
flat.
never been. It has
Your
never
claim
been
it's flat.
measured.
Your claim it's flat. Do you say it doesn't tilt?
When did I
Do
say
you
it's
say
flat?
it doesn't tilt? Do you
When
say it doesn't tilt?
When did I say it's flat?
Do you say it doesn't tilt?
When did I say it's flat?
I'm asking. Do you say it doesn't tilt?
Well, you made a statement that I said it's flat. I've never said it's flat.
Okay, it's not flat. Does the ship don't tilt?
Does the ship don't what?
Is the ship not tilting away from you?
Oh, I never seen a ship curve away from me.
So they don't tilt.
Oh, well done.
Again,
They
you
don't
want
curve.
to see. Again, you don't see. Can't see. How much of an angle you should see there? You know.
This is ridiculous,
No,
Chike.
I'm asking you.
You have
No, I'm
stated.
asking you. Do
You
you
have
have any
stated.
idea of how much tilt you should see?
It depends on how far away the ship is.
Right. Let's say 10 miles.
Can you speak up because you're mumbling into your trousers again?
Let's say 10
Chike,
miles.
you're asking the same question WS has been asking.
He's pathetic.
We don't expect to see we don't expect to see any tilt
Okay.
or
So
any
I'll
drop.
tell you how much tilt. So should I tell you how much tilt you should expect?
Nothing. Because
Nothing?
water is a horizontal
No, that's
plane
what you
surface.
say. That's what you say. I'll tell you what I expect to see.
We'll go out and measure it. After you've made your prediction, go out and measure it. But pray, tell us, how much would you expect?
What's the circumference of the Earth?
What's what?
What's the circumference of the Earth?
Who cares?
I do.
Well,
How
you
much
should
is
know
it in
then.
miles? How much
should
is it
know.
in miles?
You
Yes,
should
I
know.
How much
It's
is
your
it in
religion.
miles?
It's your religion. You should know.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Don't you know your own religion, Chike? Chike, whatever
No,
your
it's
name
not
is.
religion.
How many miles? What's the circumference, Chike? Come on, tell us.
Say 24,000.
24 miles, is that all?
1,000.
It's a very small ball you live on, isn't it?
What's your point, Chike? Do you have a point?
Yes,
You
in a
live on a
minute.
24,000?
Yes, yes. So in 10 miles, you will have 0.15 of an angle tilt.
Angle? What the heck?
I'll paint you 2 lines 5 meters away from you, 2 meters long, that are tilting 0.15 degrees, and you wouldn't be able to tell me. So you want to see the tilt over 10 miles of 1.15 of an angle tilting away from you. Are you kidding me now?
What kind of angle
What
are you
you
talking about?
expecting to
Hey,
see? Tell me.
wait a minute. Wait, you're talking about a sloped earth right now.
tilt.
Do you live on a slant?
No, a tilt.
A tilt?
A tilt.
I don't get it, man. You're talking about a drop, an angular drop.
He's claiming a tilt.
He asked if are the ships tilting away, and I said yes. I don't see it. Seriously, you won't be able to see it from 10 meters. You talking about 10 miles? 0.15 of a degree. Get real.
The ships don't tilt.
Get real. You can't see it. You can't see it. However, you can measure it. No problem.
But before you were claiming a tilt, Chike, this is the point that I'm making. Before you were claiming a tilt, and just now when you were talking to Cleary, you were claiming a hump and a drop. Now you can't have everything and pick and choose which one you want to use that suits the narrative you're talking about. You have to pick one. If you're claiming drop, you can't use tilt. If you're claiming tilt,
yes,
you can't
you can.
use drop. No, you can't.
They are all one and the same.
No, you can't, Chike.
No, you can't, because you can't grasp it, because you don't know geometry or perspective or anything.
You don't know.
If you stand on the ball, there is a slope away from you that become a hump for things that's behind you at the horizon.
Chike, make up your mind.
What's so difficult to
make up your mind.
here?
Is it a slope, a tilt, a hump,
everything
or a drop?
that you put on this ball is tilting away from anything else. Simple.
it a slope, a hump, a
It's a
tilt,
slope
or
and
a
a
drop?
hump and a tilt and a
It's a
drop.
slope and a
Everything
hump.
you want, all in one.
Yeah, because it's a make-believe model. That's
No,
why you
because
can
it's very
pick and
simple.
choose
If you can't
what you
understand
want,
it,
Chike.
take a ball, stick things to it, see how those things see the ball curve away from them, the other things tilt from them,
Chike, you're pathetic.
dropping from them, and a
You
hump
are
between
pathetic.
them. It's very, very simple.
So is it a tilt or is it a slope?
I told you I don't need to choose. It's all of them.
Is it a slope? Yeah.
The slope from you, yes.
A
It's
slope.
a hump between you and the ship because it's
But
over
hang on
the
a minute.
slope.
You just said it's a
Over
slope.
the
How
slope.
can it be a slope and a hump?
If you listen, you will understand. If you
You
try
just said
not
it's
to
a
listen,
slope,
if you try
and
not
then
to
you
listen,
said it's a hump.
if you try not to listen, you will not understand. It's a slope
Chike.
until the horizon.
It's
Hush,
a slope.
listen. It's a slope to the
It's a
horizon.
slope, Chike.
It's a slope to the horizon. A curve, slope to the horizon. Since you can't see over the horizon is the hump for things that are behind it. Is it that difficult to understand? Or do
How
I
far
need
away
to
is that?
draw you a
How
picture?
far away is that?
I was
guys.
just about to ask that question.
No,
Okay, go ahead.
No,
Go
it's
ahead,
all
Robbie.
yours.
to
It's
understand,
all
or
yours.
I need to draw
It's
you.
pathetic. He can't make up his mind whether he's got a hump, a
You
slope.
can understand this simple concept.
Oh, it's all yours again, Cleary. Fill your boots, mate.
Maybe he's not back yet.
I am. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Did I could just come back to hear about the sloped hump?
Yeah. He can't make up his mind
I like that.
if he's got a slope, a hump, a drop, or a tilt.
Yeah.
He's claiming all four.
I reckon.
Can I just ask Chike if he's got a moment, maybe to have a look at the video that I've put into the where he's posted previously. It's the video in the loft continued, and that's another reason. Well, I don't know, just see it and see the optical effect that happens with what happened in that loft. If you've got a few moments to have a look at that, then
I'll put it on.
Put it on.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of DP's slideshow.
Oh, thanks.
And
How was your dinner, Bev? What did you have?
It was very nice. Salt and pepper chicken wraps.
Oh, nice.
Salad.
Nice. Yum.
So many different ways we could go with Chike. He's like an elementary level kind of guy. No offense, Chike.
Right.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple, but it seems you struggle even with that.
No, I'm not trying to be rude.
I'd like your honest opinion. Would you spend the time just to watch this video? It's only short.
I'm watching it.
What does that show there? Can you see that on my screen?
Just look.
Yeah, I've got it.
Is that the full screen video? Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it.
I think Chike might be watching
what's
it.
that noise?
Yeah.
Is that me?
You know, that's very interesting.
Right, well,
I'd say it's very interesting.
We're watching the video now, right? On my screen. So if you come and join us on the live thing, we can watch it and you can point out and then spot on his ear, so you can have a word with us about what you think about it. So can you see my screen?
Is that the video that's got posted?
Yeah, the loft continued. It's called.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Bev was getting some wicked feedback off of you.
Off who? Me?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to mute something somewhere.
How's that? Does that sound any better?
But it was okay when you were talking, but when anybody else was talking, it was just.
Might have been because I was sharing my screen through the Discord, perhaps. I can't get it to load up on YouTube for some reason.
Well, you can play it through Discord, but just nobody speak while it's playing. Just leave any
right.
comments till afterwards.
There you go. I'll put it up. Share the screen on the on YouTube. How's that? Is that better?
See that, Chike? Spot on.
Yeah, I can see it, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to talk to see if there's any feedback, and it's all gone now. Yeah, so we're all good. Then.
Okay, right. Jake,
Yeah,
can you see it, Jake?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so
Hold on.
we're looking at a screw.
Hold on.
Oh, so you can't see it, yeah. This is a quick demonstration for Chike, right? We're going to have to go over this at some point. Spot on.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah. So you want to know what you're doing wrong, right?
No, we just want you to look at it to make sure that we're doing the same. You're seeing what we're talking about, right? Can you see my screen?
I'm looking at the... It's bottom level in the loft continuum.
Yeah, are you looking at my screen and where I'm sharing the screen?
No, I'm looking at his video.
You're watching. Well,
I was looking at the video separately.
we are watching his video also. So it would be nice to know that you're looking at the same part of the video that we are. So do you want to come and join the bit that I'm sharing, and then we can play the video together?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
Come and get on the couch. Come on.
That was good of him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look, I don't struggle with the basics you struggle, you understand?
Well, just looking at watching a video, it's all right. I mean, can you see my screen now? Then there's a big screw in the middle, right? Okay. Now, those marks at the back. Can you see me crosshair? Me cursor?
Yes.
Spot on. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Right. So these marks are on the back wall, right? And this screw is screwed into the floor, and this cup is at the side of it, also marked like this wall at the back. How far away is this wall from the screw?
From there to there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's literally probably, I don't know, I'm just guessing now. I didn't mark that, but it's about 200 mil.
Yeah.
8 inches.
Yeah. Okay, so the screw's there, and it's got a cup next to it. And
so they're not really that. Don't focus too much on the screw and the cup.
Yeah.
It's going to be about the laser.
Yeah, it's the laser here.
On 75 millimeters.
Yeah.
And to see if you can. You might need to watch it a couple of times. It's a bit.
Right, so the camera.
So do you want to pause it? And yeah, go on, you speak.
I say the camera here, right, Chike, is in the loft hatch, in the middle of the loft hatch, looking down at this.
I doubt it.
Yeah?
I doubt it's in the middle.
Pardon?
I doubt it's in the middle.
Well, we're just saying, it is looking. This camera is looking on that thing there, and it's looking all the way down, and it can see the bottom of the wall here. You can see all of these marks. You can see the screw. You can see where the screw goes into the floor, and you can see the laser there, right, marked at 75 mil ish.
Yeah, I can see the top of the wood, which is lit.
Where?
Yeah.
Here.
See the wood? Yes, the wood on the top. No, the right side.
This one? Yeah. Well, this is a different picture. This is the camera.
No,
right?
This is the camera. Look,
yeah.
Look,
this camera is looking at this.
Look at the table. Look at the table.
What table?
Lit from the top.
Sorry, which table?
Where the camera, which is in front of the camera.
Explain. It's in a loft, so it's 5 meters long.
This camera.
That's a loft.
Look at the table.
Chike. Right?
No. Look
Chike,
at the right picture.
Stop talking, please. This camera is in a loft hatch, right?
You climb up into the loft, up a ladder.
So this is a big hole in the ceiling, and then this bit here is the loft. It's not a table. It is a loft floor.
Look, you see how pedantic you are?
What do you mean?
It's lit from the top. Yeah, the floor is lit from the top, yet it doesn't show in the camera. So I seriously doubt that it's in the center and it's level with the floor. Seriously.
Okay, all will be revealed.
Yeah,
just
right.
watch.
So all you're getting here is this camera is in the loft hatch, and this camera is looking, and this picture is the picture that this camera is getting. There is a separate camera, obviously, making this image here, filming this camera, taking this picture. Okay? Are you happy with that? Now this,
It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in.
yeah, this is 5 meters away from this camera, right? So we'll watch it again.
Okay, yeah.
Go on. Do you want to put anything else also?
Well, I was just going to say, there's a laser on top of that camera.
There.
And what was done is in a minute, you'll see all this in a minute.
Yeah.
It's just in preparation for what you're going to see. So what happens is there's a tape measure dropped right in front of that camera, which shows the laser.
I'll play it.
75 millimeters. Oh, and I measure it. Okay, so I level that.
That's the level on the barrel.
It's not very clear, but it's it's level.
Yeah. You could do with a cleaner one, but yeah, it's level, and that laser's on there. And then you put that on. The laser is saying the same height, is it? Look, it's there, 75 mil there, and it was the same on the other one.
Sorry, I didn't see the tape.
Did you not? I'll put it back.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry, I cut out.
How's that?
Where is it?
Here?
Yeah, but it's not in the camera. Where is it?
What? Sorry?
It's on the right-hand side.
It's here. It's this one here.
Right,
There's a laser
what
there.
About the middles? What about the front? The camera that take the picture. Where is it?
Yeah,
It's just been blocked, hasn't it? He's put this tape in, which has blocked the laser from coming on this bit.
Sure. Where's the tape? Where's the tape?
It's here.
Dev, skip it back a couple of seconds. Show him.
Right, look, watch. Puts the tape there. Oh, it disappears from here because the laser is now on this tape.
Showing 75 millimeters.
Yeah.
Which shows that the laser is a straight line. The floor is a straight line, basically showing.
Yeah, but
There.
what I'm saying, you don't see the
It's
top
there
of the
now.
table. Don't see the top of the table.
There
I'm
isn't
gonna show
a
you that in a
table.
minute, mate.
It's a floor.
No, it'll see it in a minute. It'll see the loft.
Floor, the top of the floor. You don't see it.
Wait. Right? Now he's walking all the way down, and now he's at this end. And there's the tape. Right?
The laser isn't that important at the minute. It's not about that.
Yeah, it's not about the laser. But you can
Let's
see
not get swept away by the laser.
There's a laser, there's a cup, there's another cup, there's a screw, and there's a candle.
Right, okay.
And there you go. In the viewfinder, same thing. Now he's zooming out. What's this?
Oh, hey.
Up.
Really?
Up.
Yeah. Oh, now do and you want to tell me that this is level with the floor? You kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just
No,
showing you.
look.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Chike make videos also.
Hold on.
Chike make videos.
Hold on.
Chike also
In a
make
minute.
videos. Hold on.
Okay, go on. Are you going to say something? Sorry.
Yeah, you were telling us to hold on. What are we holding on for, Chike? Because you were just about... Spot-on was just about to tell you something, and you told him to hold on. What are we holding on for?
You're holding on for my video.
No, well, let's finish
Thank
watching
you.
this video first, right? And let
He's
Spot-on
He's busy
explain.
with his own.
Yeah, don't get carried away,
Lost it,
right?
another one. We'll have a look at yours in a minute.
Okay.
But in a minute, Chike, I put that level, I level across and measure down to show the size of the lens and how low it is compared to that floor.
Yeah. So what you see, what would you expect? This lens is what, halfway up, or what were you saying? You bet it isn't halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's less than halfway.
It's what? It's less than halfway
Obviously
up.
looking upwards. It's pointing upwards.
Chike,
Look at my video. Look at my video. Now listen carefully. Now listen carefully.
No, Chike.
Listen carefully.
Chike, no, we are finishing watching this video first.
What?
It's only 3 minutes, and we are 1 minute 42 into it. It's not finished yet. Okay, we will get to your video, but let's do this one first, please.
Just relax, Chike. I'm back.
Right, so we're gonna go back again now, right?
I think so.
See, look.
I measure it. I think it was 23 millimeters. The actual size of the lens is 72, I believe.
That's 32.
Is it?
Yeah, 32. Maybe 33.
Oh, sorry, I had 23, it's 32.
Yeah. Right, so when you were saying we don't see the floor, was that one of your things that you that
I don't think he's here.
has he gone?
I don't know.
I'm here. Are you?
You see that? You can see the floor there because you can see the screw going
No,
into it.
I don't, because the floor is lit and I don't see anything lit. Everything is dark there.
Can you not see that floor there underneath?
Yeah.
That's the skirting board there, is it?
Floor is lit. Floor is lit.
No, you've not
Zoom
put
out,
skirting
zoom out,
board in
zoom
yet.
out, zoom out,
What's the floor is lit? What does that mean?
zoom out.
There you go.
Zoom out. Now the
not
floor is clearly above the center of the camera. Right?
Yeah.
You want to measure? So how come the floor is above the center of the camera if the camera
How come
the lens is supposed to be in the center?
How come you can manage?
Now,
How come you can see this?
Do me a favor.
Chike, how can you
We
see?
saw
Chike,
stupidity enough.
Chike,
We saw it.
how
We saw it.
how can you see this if the camera is at an angle pointing upwards? Please.
The lens is getting closer to the table.
Pointing
and rising
upwards.
up and rising up. Yes. Now,
Well,
look at
how
my
can it
video
see the
and
bottom?
look at Beth.
Chike.
We saw this nonsense enough. I saw this nonsense, and look at my video,
Chike.
and I explained to you how to make things properly. So there is no doubt, nobody somehow rigged his
Chike.
his observation.
Chike,
Look at
can
my
you
video.
tell us?
Look at my video.
No, what? Well, spot on. Do you want to go first?
I just want to know what's wrong with it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
What's
ask
he
him as well.
Compare it to my video.
No,
and we'll
no.
see what's wrong
Please
with it.
tell us now, and we will look for the mistakes that you so-called think we spot on's
So
made.
in my video, I have a paper on the table. Paper, sheet of paper on the table that the first coin is stand on. Yes, standing on the paper. Now, if I'm above the paper or below the paper, it would show an angle. Can't tell anything by your video, right? There is nothing that tells me nothing that tells me that you are indeed level with the
You can see the bottom of it.
Second, I do the same.
And then when you zoom out, you can't see it.
Zoom out.
Has anyone actually watched? Has anyone actually watched Chike's video?
Not
I
yet.
zoom in and out, and nothing changes.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't show any leveling. You don't show.
Yes, I do. I have the paper
no, you
there.
don't. You have a piece of paper on a table. How is the table leveled? How is your camera
I have the piece of paper. Don't you get it? If I get above the paper, you will see it. If I'm below the paper, you will see it.
Oh my goodness.
The paper is sticking out of the table.
Level. How do you level things? Horizontal.
I align them with the paper. Paper doesn't show up or down.
Wicked. So we can now go out and measure horizontal with a piece of paper.
Yes.
Yes. Did Jesse tell you that one?
It needs to be aligned with the surface. Horizontal has nothing to do with it.
Well, there's a level surface in the loft, and there's also a level camera. That is what that's showing.
No, I'm not sure the camera is leveled at all.
There's a level on the camera. How can that not be
level on the
level?
camera?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure your camera is level, Chike. What's your video?
I
Your
haven't
camera
claimed
is
that my
leveled.
no, I haven't claimed my camera is leveled.
So your observation means nothing then. It's even worse than spot ons according to you. Because it doesn't show anything. Why? Where's all your data points?
Oriented with the flat surface.
Okay, a flat surface that you haven't shown anybody.
And there is no change when I zoom. None at all.
Okay, if you say so.
How can that be? How can one observation show something and the other don't?
Because obviously yours has got it wrong.
I got it wrong. How did I got it wrong?
Chike,
what did I do
I've even...
that made my observation wrong?
Chike, I've even put there's a piece of wood propping that up so that it doesn't go out of level. There's like a prop on it as well as it being fixed.
Like I tell you, the floor is lit from the top and we don't see it. We don't see the top part of the floor, right?
Yeah.
How do we know we are?
Because you're level with it. That's why you don't see it, Chike. You muppet.
No, that's not how you do it. If you want to do it right.
He has done it. What's wrong?
No, it's not because it's below the floor.
This video is an example of how you do it right. You using your paper is wrong.
No, my using paper prove you I'm not above.
Disagree all you want, Chike.
No, I'm my paper prove you I'm not above nor below the surface of the I'm looking at.
Right, okay.
I can't be, because if I was above it, you would see the paper, not the side of the paper.
Right, Chike, okay. So that we can move on and have a look at yours, could you just like summarize why you think that, nice and slowly and just take your time, but could you just tell me what's wrong with that video, and then we'll move on. But just it'd be nice to hear what you say.
The center of the of the camera is not aligned with the camera is not aligned with the surface it's looking on.
It's below.
It's below looking up.
No, it's not. It is below.
Hey, it's not, but you haven't provided evidence it is.
He has. He measured it.
There's a level.
The level. Who says the camera is straight?
The level
it's
is
not
level.
the camera. Who says the camera lens is straight?
What?
What?
Well, that tube,
what?
which is the lens.
That side view shows you the camera is below the
See, this is what happens.
Below.
This
no,
is what
that's
happens
not
when you
what
think
this
level
what happens.
is
This what happens when you do things not the right way.
I can't wait.
What was happening? Go on.
Sorry, I can't wait to go through Chike's video
Yeah.
because there's no leveling, there's no showing of the surface he's using in full, there's no showing of the camera he's using and whether that is straight and whether the lens is level. Any of the things that he has moaned about for your video, Spot On, he hasn't done himself. So
I have, in very simple way, without any leveling,
with a piece
without
of
all
paper.
the bullshit.
Yes,
I
I
did
know you've
very
told us
simply.
already.
Very simply. You have a thin surface sticking out of the table. If you move above it or below it, you will see it because it's sticking out.
Here you go, Chike. See, can you see that right on the screen now? 32 or 3. What do you reckon, Chike? Would you trust that as a measurement? Because the lens of a P1000 is 75mm, which makes that the center of that lens below. Right? Is that okay? Because if I can go to the end here, I got it just before. When you look at... No, maybe a bit far. He goes back, and then he comes back again, and there. You see here? You can see the edge of the cup. You can see the little rim around the edge of the cup that's there. And there's a little light spot there, which means you can actually see the floor. You can see the floor around this cup. You can see where the screw goes into the floor here. And so this bit from here to here must be the floor.
How do you know it's where it's go to the floor?
Pardon?
How do you know it? You don't look millimeter up.
Because here, look, you can see the bottom of the cup.
Floor, you would see the light coming from the floor, and I don't see it.
Right, can you see the bottom of the cup there, Chike? Chike, can you see the bottom of the cup? The little rim there, around the edge of it, it's the actual rim of the cup that is upside down. This is the screw. You can see the threads going down, and you can see where they stop.
Also, you've got the that's 50mm. If you work that down, you've got 10 meters there. 10mm.
Yeah.
On the bottom there.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Down to there. That's the floor level. So that bit from there,
you can't be aiming up.
all the way over
Be
here.
aiming up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now show me. Take a pen.
Jake, just can we just get this confirmation now, please? We can see the floor, so there is no way the camera can be pointing upwards because we wouldn't see this floor, would we?
Where do you see? Show me in the right picture. Where do you see this dark thingy?
What?
Where is the floor here?
Here. There's the edge of the cup. The cup is on the floor. This screw is screwed into the floor.
I see floor.
These measurements here,
light.
these measurements here start at the floor and go upwards.
Bev, where is the light? When I look at the right picture, there is light. When I look at the left picture, it's dark. Where is the floor?
Chike, are you saying that this picture or this video isn't the same video that's associated with the actual one with the camera?
No, it's not.
Are they
not
two
what I'm
different?
saying. Not what I'm saying.
Okay, that's good. We cleared that up. So, okay.
I'm asking, since it is associated, why don't I see the lit floor?
Because you're looking along it. Have you ever seen what happens when you look along something?
Come on.
No,
Yeah.
come on, Chike. You can understand this. Can you
Chike,
not see that that's
hang
just
on.
50
I can answer his
millimeters?
question. I can answer his
50
question.
millimeters.
Chike, I know you don't have a camera of your own, but I do. When you zoom into the daytime moon, guess what? The sky turns dark. You know why? Do you know why?
What? Say what?
You lose the light, Chike, during the daytime when you zoom into the moon.
What did you say?
You know why? You know why the light goes away, Chike?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Let me make it very slow and clear for you, Chike. In the daytime, when you zoom into something like the moon in the sky, it turns dark when you zoom in. You know why?
Because you have auto exposure.
Okay, so is he using
Okay,
a
so
zoom
next
camera?
time, put it on manual exposure.
Chike!
Next time,
Chike!
put it. Listen.
No, let him finish, Chike.
No.
Yes.
If I debunked you.
No, you just interrupted him.
Let me.
No, Chike.
There is nothing else.
Chike.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say. You know that lenses do that. You know now that lenses do that, so that might be a reason why you don't see the light on the floor, you moron. You see the screw? You see the screw on the floor and the cup, and you're denying that that's the floor? You're a moron, sir.
Rakia, I'm a moron.
Yes.
You, next time you see moon during the day, you put it on manual exposure.
Thank you for that, Chike. I already know that, but when I see a screw
No, and then.
Yeah, I'm done with you.
Yeah. That cup's on the floor. It's not levitating. It's resting on the floor. I can see the rim of the cup. I can see the little lit bit underneath it.
Yeah, and the most important bit is that is a 50 millimeter measurement. I mean, that's 50 millimeters.
Yeah.
You can see the floor. It's the lowest point. But I mean, he's obviously. I don't think he wants to accept it.
Yeah.
So, I can't. No one can make him.
You wouldn't believe the amount of checks that we went through to do this, Chike. Just to make sure. People like you. So, could you just tell us, Chike, can you just tell us how could he make this test better? What would help you in understanding that this test to be made better?
Put the stick of paper sticking out of the floor.
Put a stick of paper. We've got a screw.
I need to watch his video.
Yeah, we'll go on to yours now then, right, Chike?
Sticking out of the floor and show me that.
This better be bloody good, Chike.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. Is this?
It's better be bloody good.
Here we go.
I made it easy for you.
All right, let's have a look then. Go on then.
Oh.
Zoom in, zoom out. Nothing changes at all. How come? What did they do wrong?
What? Is that it? What are you doing?
I did tell you to watch the video. Look, he's done nothing. There's no data points, nothing.
Zoom out, zoom in, nothing changes.
Mm-hmm.
See the bottom of the coin always. The far
coin. So can I ask you a question now then? Firstly, is the camera on a tripod or a fixed surface?
It's not really a tripod.
Right. So is the lens lower than the table?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Is the bottom of the lens on top of the table?
The lens is aligned with the paper.
What lens? What part of the lens?
The middle of it. It's a very small lens.
Exactly the middle of the lens. How big is the lens? What sort of camera is it then, for starters? Let's go with that. What's your camera?
The lenses may be.
Are you gonna say it's a mobile phone camera?
Maybe 2 millimeters wide.
You're not going to
Maybe
say
one.
it's a
I don't
mobile
know.
phone camera, are you?
It is.
It is.
Wait. You can only do observation with. How big is your lens?
Well,
pardon me. Your lens. How big is it?
I think it's 72 or 75.
No. Your lens.
What do you mean?
The lens you're using now to watch this video.
I'm not watching the lens to watch the video.
No. What do you think you have in your eye? It's not a lens.
All right.
How big is it? How big is it?
Brilliant. I like this. So this is the new technique, right?
It's not more than a few millimeters wide.
Okay. So now we don't need cameras because we've got eyes.
We begin with our eyes, right?
Okay. So what are you suggesting this does then?
If I had a 50 millimeters camera, 70 millimeters, 100 millimeters, I guarantee you my result would be the same. Because I make sure.
Would you show us a bit more next time?
I don't have one.
Chike, would you do me a favour? And just, lower your camera so it's lower than the table, yeah? A fraction. And then do the zoom in and out. So just come a little bit lower and try it again. And just see if you can get the same effect that was on the guy in the loft.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because you're not showing that. You're showing the center, but the guy in the loft was showing that if you
Yes,
got the
my
lens
camera
lower,
does not stick out from the camera. My lens.
Right.
Lens,
so you're
lens
thinking
is
that
getting closer to the loft. So if it's in the incline, of course it's getting higher. Get it?
it's not getting an incline; it's level. So
you
take
say
that
so.
out. But yeah, it's getting closer because of the zoom of
the camera.
300 millimeter,
Yeah.
30 millimeter, 300 millimeter. So okay, that's a good point.
I have another camera which has a lens, but a bigger lens, but lesser zoom. I can try.
Yeah, but you could just lower it a fraction, so you can't see the coin at the back. Yeah. That ain't gonna work, is it? Yeah. Oh, it depends on if the camera's leveled. See, with the phone, it's hard to know if it's level or not. All right. Whereas I leveled the zoom lens.
You have the paper.
What do you mean the paper?
The paper is sticking out of the table. You don't see paper there. That it's casting shade on the table.
Yeah, but what difference does that make?
Because it's a paper. It's thin.
Yeah, but
It's
we
thin.
don't see any light on top of.
Down.
We
It
can
gets thicker.
we can see the light on in the room, but we don't get to see any light on your paper. Like you said to spot on, we don't see any light on it.
That's the point. If you don't get light from the paper, I'm not above it. You only see the light from the side of the paper.
Okay, well,
Get it?
I get it now, right? See, when spot-ons were going, right? So this is, the camera lens is above it now, looking down, right? And then, but when you go to this point here, the camera lens is now below it, looking up, right? Is that what you're saying, Chike?
Yeah, something like this.
Yeah,
that's what I figured he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's level, or it's above level, looking down here because you can see the bottom of the cup. But when you get to a place like this bit here, it's looking upwards, right? Yeah. Is that what you're going with, Chike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So when you watch him zoom, do you see the camera move in any way?
No, I see the lens move. Come on.
You see, yeah, the zoom moves. That's it, and he's showing you that's level.
That's all I need. Listen, take a paper and a pen, and draw me this anomaly. Okay? How does it happen geometrically?
Spot on. Do you reckon you could put a piece of paper on your floor and do the same thing again? I mean, I'm not too sure why it would make any difference, but would a piece of paper help you on if he put a piece of paper on his one, Chike?
Any flat thin piece of
Could
whatever.
he put a piece of paper here, right on this edge, where he's marked horizon? Because he did sort of have a piece of paper there, but it's like the edge of a wooden board. Is that?
It's not thin enough.
It's not thin enough. What, the edge isn't thin enough?
No, you can tell if you're above or below it.
You can tell it. Yeah, you can, because he measures it. He puts the thing on there. It's definitely below it. The midpoint of the lens is below the center point, right, of that level floor, because it's his floor. It was definitely leveled, like when he put the floor in the loft. He leveled that floor, didn't he?
The whole of the roof was within 3 mil.
Yeah, within 3 mil. That's all you need.
Wait, so that's 3 mil, is it? What?
We don't know.
Do you know what you're talking about, Chike? Have you ever done any work like this?
No.
No. So you've got no camera.
Why you say no? I gave you a video.
Yeah, you've got a mobile. I've got a mobile phone. Everybody's got a mobile phone.
So what?
It's fine. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
mate. You know, like if you're not happy with that video, and you know that's up to you. But
I'm not going to
it's interesting
spend
to hear
a lot
what
of
people
money.
think.
I'm not going to spend lots of money on flat Earth.
On what?
No, that's fair enough, mate.
You think
I'm trying to save you the red.
This is his loft. It's not. This isn't flat Earth.
No camera.
This has nothing to do with flat Earth, mate. This is an optical
video?
effect. Yeah, it's just an optical effect.
No, it doesn't exist. It's optical.
Chike, did you know people own houses and cameras without having to be researching flat Earth, right?
It's like we got about 30 millimeters. Like you can just see that candle there, can't you? And you go down there and have a look, don't you?
Any card, you put the card there. That's enough.
Well, could he put a piece of paper there? Do you think? What do you think a piece of paper would help?
Sure.
Yeah. He's got a floorboard, big massive boards. I mean, there's quite a few. 5 meters.
Yes, because it's massive. We can tell if we are below it, right?
Yeah, you can. Look, there's a measurement
How?
there. He measures it. Like, look, you can see. Look at the lens. It's here. And there's a big board here in the way.
And that's fully zoomed out as well. So if it zooms back, he thinks it's lower at the back.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
It's measured there.
Yeah, and also it's literally stuck to a piece of wood, so it can't move.
You see,
It's a side-on view of it, but yeah, I don't think it's...
You see that the floor is lit on the top and we don't see it.
I don't see why that's a concern to you. It's side, you can't see light from the side, can you?
From the side, I can't see it. From the top, I can.
Like, it's literally, like, when you zoom in on it, Bev, you go to the bit where it zooms in and just see where it starts. No, yeah, so when it's back and zooming in, sorry.
Oh, right. There.
Because then you might see the effect on the... No, the other way, sorry, yeah. Oh, you're not going to see it from there. I was just wondering what was seen from the other camera as well.
Right, here you go back again, don't you?
At what point, yeah. Well, if it's the shade that does it for you, then...
Yeah. Or is it just that the fact that it's lit or not lit, you can't see the light? I mean, look at the way the lens is looking at that floor. And you've already seen that it's below. Right? how much is the problem that you just can't see light on the floor or something? Because you couldn't see any light on your piece of paper, could you?
Yes, that's the point.
What, that you can't see light here and you couldn't see
Light
light on yours,
from-
but it's a
not
problem
from the
here?
top, only from its side. Only from the profile. From
Yeah, but
the
you didn't
image
have another
part.
picture, did you? You didn't have another camera looking at the side that you could see your camera of your phone and the light on top of the paper. We're going to have to go over this properly, I think. Spot on. We get other people to do it as well. I think you're just jealous that you didn't manage to get a coin to disappear over your horizontal surface.
One thing that wasn't really, I don't think that the guy that did this, spot on level.
What a dude.
I don't
Listen,
think
I've got a delivery.
Oh yeah. I don't think one of his concerns was that there was no light down the end. It's an interesting point, I must say. I don't think it's got any grounds, but yeah, it's good point.
Right, I'm back.
Chike looked at the globe model with as much skepticism as he does this. Might figure something out.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I can remember us doing this when we were setting this up, and it was like, how else can we make sure? I mean, what would they say? We didn't ever plan for somebody to say you should have put a piece of paper down somewhere at some point.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we added the laser. I mean, this, he doesn't get this flame to disappear, but there were ones where you could get more to disappear, right?
Mm.
Like this, yeah. You could drop it down further and do similar and get more to disappear on the zoom, right? You could, like, see, you can see the bottom of this here. If you could just drop the camera down so you can just get this maximum zoom, and then when you zoom out, how much were you getting to disappear? 30, 40 mil? Yeah.
Yeah, 300.
It's up here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I was talking of spot on level as a third person, but
you were up here somewhere, weren't you? On this white band somewhere.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's Mitchell's coin observation over a table. Took to an extreme level by spot on in his loft.
Well, I just thought if you could, if something can be lost, with just something to do with optics, then I was surprised to see that. I mean,
yeah, stuff disappearing in the distance. I don't know. Like I said at the time, I think if you can make half a degree, even, like, it doesn't matter, a fraction of a degree to disappear into the distance, then all you need is something to get far enough away and it will start disappearing. Everything will disappear into it. If that's a function of the optics, which it seems to be a function within the optics of the camera. At least, I mean, it's definitely happening here. And like he says, it's repeatable. Anybody else can have a go at doing this. may
well,
just
I've done
be
it to the best of. I did it to the best of my ability, and I was happy with it. You know,
Yeah.
it's level. I don't think I could have done any more, you know, with what we had there.
If
anyone else wants to try it, I'd be interested to see if they do get the same result.
Yeah. I would suggest though that the zoom might have something to do with it. I don't think a phone can do it.
Yeah. So what happens if you're looking at a boat on the water, a long distance away that you can see fully zoomed out, but you can't see, you know, with your own eyes, or when the camera's back to its unzoomed position.
Have you not got a better one, Chike, for any of your... Because we've got... Mitchell did it first. And then, obviously, Spot On's done this one, but we've just been sitting on it for a bit, because that's what we do. We've got tons of stuff like that. We just... we do it for ourselves, right? We don't do it for anybody else. We're not doing it to prove anything to anyone. This is just things that we do. We challenge each other. I wonder what would happen if... and then we just go. We get the heads together and we find out the best method to be able to do whatever we want to do. That's...
Yeah, take a global advisor when you're going to do something like that.
Pardon?
Get a global advisor.
Okay, well, here we go. We're asking you right now, what do you think, other than putting a piece of paper somewhere down on that thing, on top of his floorboards that he put down and made sure that they were level? Other than that, did you actually, you put a laser on it, didn't you? Spot on. Like you actually put a laser level on that floor when you were boarding it, just to make sure. Like, yeah. 3 mil, he said, didn't you?
Yeah, the actual roof. You know, that they're the rafters, or what is in the loft. You know, the joist.
Yeah.
And they make up you know, they're part of the rafter for the roof. And all of the roof was in, you know, like literally within 3 mil.
Yeah.
It was all put in with a laser level.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, you may get a difference in the timbers. You know, but that would be the only.
Yeah. But that would be evened out because they were like chipboard boards, right? The 6B2 or something like that. Then.
Yeah, they're 8x2, so
yeah.
You know they're themselves within 5 mil. But it's not that. I mean that. Well, the 3 millimeters, let's just say, in a joist isn't going to affect what that shows.
No.
It's purely just, I mean, that's, you know, that's a lot being seen there. You know, that's like. Yeah.
That was a good 20 mil over 5 meters that disappeared easily.
Sorry, what was the name of the video?
What?
The video that you showed from Spot On level.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a debate discussion.
It's privileged information, that one. Is it? Might be.
Called the loft continued.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the. I put it in the. What do they call it? I'm not familiar with. I don't normally put stuff in that one, but.
Debate discussion.
Oh, debate discussion.
Yeah.
It's in there, mate.
Perhaps we should do a practical test one or something. What would you reckon, Chike? Would that be good? Could we have a... Because it's not like we say, it's not flat Earth, globe Earth, right? This has got nothing to do with that at all, has it? This is just like an optical. It's either an optical effect or something that you think we've done differently than you. Well, he did seem to show a hell of a lot more stuff than you did.
My intention was to show as little as possible.
Well, you succeeded.
Good.
To leave it up to the imagination of the looker.
Don't get more simple than this.
I blame Scott and God Scalper for bringing him born.
That's
I'll accept.
Oh, you big robot there, Gods. Big.
Well, I think the conversation's good. So.
Maybe your observation was thin. Very thin.
Sorry, guys, Mobius is having trouble. Can you change the location of the server? I think that'll help.
Mic check now?
Yeah. Right, Emma
Yeah,
might
I
be
was just-
moving servers though, so hold them on.
Yeah, hang on. What do you want?
Mobius is having trouble. I think it might be the server location. He said it's only happening on this server, not others.
Okay, let me check where we are.
Cool. I just had a look. It's Europe.
Europe.
You better
Right,
not be
I'll
on the
put
moon.
I'll be right back.
Put us on. That's the one. Right, hold on. Everyone might get blimmed.
Oh dear. Somebody say Xanax just arrived.
Mic check?
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah. I just wanted to say I think these conversations are good. I'll take the blame for getting Chike over here to have a conversation.
No, just messing with you, God Scalper.
I know you are. I know.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good having the conversation, Chike. I must admit. You.
I found the video. Don't need to link it.
You found another video for us.
No, I found the video that you were showing.
Okay.
So you don't have to link it.
Okay. Well, he did link it in the debate discussion channel. That's where we were looking at it from.
I think next on my list of invites is Zanuck one of these days.
Xanax just arrived.
Xanax arrived.
Oh, he's here now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's shown in Betty's server too. He's a double agent.
Yeah.
How many accounts?
No, he's not in here now, but do I have you to thank for Xanax being here?
Oh, no, you don't. But I was going to give him an invite eventually. So I may as well take the blame, but it wasn't me.
That's what they all say.
It's been a while
It
since
wasn't
we've talked about uphill rivers.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Xanax will want to come and have a chat while we're in
Emma, do
here.
you want to go
Spot on.
live?
By the way, Emma.
Do I?
Maybe.
Mobius is still having trouble.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe he's.
There's
Is there an
gotta be
update or
a-
something?
There's got to be a bug or something.
Yeah, he said he tried on 24/7 to see if it worked, and he was able to hear there. He's managed to join, but he can't hear or speak here.
Yeah, I've changed server locations, and that's not made any difference.
Yeah,
So
Discord's been doing that sort of thing recently.
It's either a bug his end or just a Discord blip, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think
Kick
I'm gonna.
him and re-invite him.
I'm gonna have to have a reset on mine as well.
Yeah, I had an update earlier. Another one. Yeah. Pumping out the updates quite frequently.
Yeah, another one.
Oh.
I don't think I've got one.
Yeah, I had one this morning, and I think I had another one yesterday or the day before.